Hey guys, this is Phoenix787 here, and today I'm gonna rant about a few things. That's what I usually do on Fridays. First of all, thanks again for supporting my channel. I'm really working hard trying to get this channel better. Trying to do a little bit more than just GTA, but actually some of you have asked me why haven't I uploaded a GTA video yet for next gen. It's because I don't have it yet. I had to order the American version. It was sent to my parents' house in America, and it's being sent to me, so I'll get it by next week. So expect that by next week. Today we're going to talk a little bit about Japan, like I always do. Well, this Monday we received some pretty nasty news. Japan's back in a recession. You should not be surprised. And this should be a lesson for America too. The consumption tax, sales tax, whatever you call it, was raised from 5%, which is, pretty damn low compared to what I paid in Arizona. It was raised from 5% to 8% in April. And the last 2 quarters have seen a contraction, which means the GDP was a negative number. GDP means gross domestic product. It is a monetary value of pretty much how much the country is building and spending, for lack of better terms. Those are layman's terms. Please don't quote me on that. GDP was a negative number for the last 2 quarters. The April to June quarter and July through September quarter. That should not surprise anyone. And this is what I really want Americans to know right now. If you're gonna raise the tax, you're gonna pay the consequences of a negative GDP. I know right now America's GDP is growing very modestly. That's great. And I know a lot of you on the left want to raise taxes. That's not great. Because you know why? The top 2 earning quintiles in America already pay a gigantic share of the tax money, okay? No, the taxes are not unfair. The taxes are actually quite fair right now. They look fine, at least somewhat fine. But when you have people who are quite wealthy offshoring things, when you have wealthy companies offshoring their labor, that's a bad sign. And if you want to know why a lot of people who are millennials can't find jobs, it's because that labor, the entry-level jobs, are very hard to come by. Because you're going to raise the taxes, it creates a very hard environment for entry-level positions. Which is why you have so many college graduates not able to find jobs in America. And this is exactly what happened here in Japan 10 years ago. And it's still continuing. Part of it is influenced by how Japan simply runs things. Japan is really fucking awful at running shit. I seriously, they just can't do it. They can't run things. And it's just been that way for the last 20 years. And I'm afraid America's gonna go down this road unless they make some structural changes related to how we deal with income inequality. First of all, the vast majority of income inequality that we see today in America, and that we're gonna start seeing in Japan very soon, is from stimulus. Keynesian Economics. When you just print a shitload of money, this $20 becomes worth a lot more for some people and a lot less for other people. So the reason why we have a recession here in Japan is you raise the tax, and then before the tax was raised, every goddamn company in this country had some type of sale. So everyone bought everything that they needed for this year back in March. I have a feeling the economy is gonna grow ever so slightly this last quarter. Just slight, maybe 0.5% increase in the GDP or something. Simply because there's just nowhere for the economy to go. And it's just going to grow with the inflation that Japan is trying to achieve. But here's the problem. When you introduce inflation without introducing structural reforms and increasing the wage here in Japan, you're going to have problems. The problem we see right now in America is so many people are taking these really shitty jobs because they can't find anything else to do. And that's exactly what happened in Japan for the last 10 years or so. People are taking contract work, very low-level jobs, and that's why the wage is really low for a lot of people in Japan. Japan needs to create jobs that are high-paying jobs, but also the companies that are implementing these policies that are trying to, these bigger companies just need to start paying better wages. Alright? And this goes contrary to what I just said about America. I mean, the American minimum wage is actually kind of fair for a entry-level job, for a job when you're just sitting there flipping burgers. It's fair. I'm not going to pay $15 to make me a hamburger at McDonald's. No way in hell. $15 an hour in America is higher than an entry-level office job. Seriously. But in Japan, the minimum wage is actually like $6 an hour. When you couple that with rising food prices, rising train fares, rising inflation, that's probably like $5 or $6 an hour. So Japan needs to increase the minimum wage. Japanese companies need to stop sitting on their asses. But also think of it this way though. Japan's top earners aren't really that. I mean, they don't make that much money compared to America's top earners. So it's kind of strange how things are going on over here. But seriously, right now, just Japan needs to get its ass together. If you're an American business doing business in Japan, seriously, harp on these motherfuckers to get their asses in gear. Because I'm sick of hearing this negativity in this country. So, that's all I got to say. Japan will get through this shit. If we shove a metal pole down their throats or not. I'm in the camp that's about to beat the shit out of people who say this country is doing fine, because this country's been doing shitty for a long time. But America needs to learn to be very pragmatic with how they recover from the Great Recession, because they too might end up like Japan. Fucking hell. Anyway guys, rate this video if you like it. I don't care which you choose, but I prefer the like button. Please be sure to subscribe. I'll see you guys later. I'm not sure what to do now. See ya.